A federal advisory panel has discussed ways to simplify and routinize COVID-19 vaccines, more than 2 years after the first shots became available. Also in the news, the National Archives has requested former officials look for any classified documents they might have. It's the last weekend of the 2023 Sundance Film Festival. One COVID vaccine target for everyone with vaccines and boosters authorized incrementally for different COVID-19 vaccines in different age groups as the SARS-CoV-2 virus continued to evolve. There are now more than a dozen vaccines and schedules, the Food and Drug Administration's Dr. David Caslow said in a panel meeting Thursday. The FDA hopes to simplify vaccine options and provide a process for updating the shots at least once a year to cope with the continued presence and evolution of SARS-CoV-2. The committee took only one formal vote Thursday, unanimously supporting a shift to a consistent vaccine target, regardless of how many shots a person has had. Reedmore, Florida nursing schools sold 7,600 fake diplomas, feds say. Israel, Palestinian fighters trade fire after deadly West Bank raid. Palestinian militants fired rockets and Israel carried out airstrikes, as tensions soared following an Israeli raid in the occupied West Bank. The raid killed 9 Palestinians, including at least 7 militants and a 61-year-old woman. It was the deadliest single incursion in the territory in over 2 decades. The flare-up in violence poses an early test for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's far-right government, and casts a shadow on U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken's expected trip to the region next week. Palestinian militants fired 5 rockets at Israel, which carried out a series of airstrikes at what it said were militant targets. There were no immediate reports of casualties. Read our latest reporting on Israel. Who else has classified documents? Faced with a steady stream of disclosures about improperly kept classified documents, the National Archives on Thursday asked former presidents and vice presidents to look for any sensitive and potentially top-secret material they might have, according to a source familiar with the matter. One thing to know, in its letter, the Archives is asking all former presidents and vice presidents dating back to the Ronald Reagan administration to re-examine their files. Many former top White House officials already have indicated that they do not have any classified documents in their possession, after reports that President Joe Biden kept such documents in his personal possession from his time as vice president in the Barack Obama administration. Former President Donald Trump and, more recently, his vice president, Mike Pence, also have been found to have such documents in their possession. A wider problem. The situation underscores how the U.S. system of safeguarding classified presidential documents is in urgent need of improvement, especially during the critical period when one administration hands over the White House keys to another. Are other former presidents holding classified documents? USA Today attempted to call all of the former officials to find out if they have any sensitive material that should be turned over, and to see if they are looking through their files. This story will be updated as additional responses come in.